The value of a patent to SMEs is that it gives them a competitive edge over others in the industry who are making the same products or similar products. If you've invested resources and time and money in developing a product that is unique and that has got a market, then having a patent allows you to be able to prevent others copying your product and sort of having a free ride on all the resources that you've poured into your product. I've got here two USB chargers. These are the common ones. However, this one is a little bit different. It's got a SIM port inside. You open, you can put a SIM card in it, and as soon as you plug it into your cigarette socket, it tracks your car in real time. It's got software in such that once you connect it to your car's computer, it can actually immobilize the car, so it can give the location, exact location within a couple of 100 yards where your car is, and it will be able to immobilize the car to stop it from going anywhere. But if you've invested all those resources into producing this, surely it makes sense to want to have some kind of protection over it, in that whether you're going to license it, whether you're going to make it yourself, or for you to recoup that investment, a patent is what's going to give you the competitive edge over others who are just making these ordinary ones. Licensing to SMEs is very important. A patent does not give you the right to make something. A patent prevents others from making something without your permission. You have to take into account the fact that the other person may get a license from you, but still not be able to develop the invention because the product is covered by other patents which you do not own. There are a number of ways in which you can sort of minimize licensing from becoming a disaster for you. The patent must have been filed and worked on by a patent attorney who is skilled and will know how to sort of draft in such a way that it maximizes the rights. The patent attorney must have carried out a professional patent search for you, because what that does is it ensures that the risk of there being another invention, another similar invention is greatly minimized. And that is important for licensing, because if you're going to sort of grant a license to someone to make this invention, you have to be sure that when that person goes and makes that invention, they're not going to be sued by someone else. How long is the duration of the license? And several other factors, including what is the consideration? Are they paying you upfront? Who bears the costs? A patent attorney will be able to advise you on all these considerations. But when it comes to starting negotiations with a potential licensee, there are several other things that you need to look at. First and foremost, you need to know the industry. So if you've made that, for example, and you're trying to license to someone else, then you need to know those people who are in the industry. Draw a list of 25 top manufacturers in that industry who are working in that industry, and know everything about what those companies are doing, what is available. You need to know your industry very well. Also, it's important to have the contacts of the people. Don't send an email or a letter to just the company generally. You need to find the exact person, you need to find the contact. Once you found them, you need to start a discussion with them, okay? The other thing, you need to be practical about the worst case scenario. So if nobody sort of takes up your invention to license it, what are you going to do? Are you going to sort of, are you going to stop making it, or are you going to sort of develop it? So you need to know where your boundaries are. What is the worst case scenario, and where do you stand? Because it may be the case that if you settle for less, it's better than not being able to develop the invention at all. But most importantly, you need to have the right IP protection in place. Because if you got the right IP protection in place, then it puts you in a stronger position if that potential licensee then turns around and starts making the invention, which some people do. Some companies do that.